evening to one and all. Am I audible? Am I audible, ma'am? Thank you so much. Welcome to IEDA Career Guidance Program on Unlocking Future Career Opportunities in Digital and Emerging Technology. Chief guest introduction. It's my great honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Akila, Professor, Head of the Department of Management Studies at JPR Engineering College, Chennai. She is a distinguished academician with over 25 years of teaching and research experience in the field of management studies. She has completed her PhD in HRM from Mother Teresa University, Kodaikanal. She has made significant contribution to research with numerous publications and reputed journals. She has successfully undertaken funded projects sponsored by prestigious organizations such as the National Commission for Women and ICSSR, Indian Council of Social Science and Research. She has organized several national and national seminars, conference, workshop, and faculty development program. She is serving as an online faculty for Grand Canyon University, a dynamic leader. She continues to inspire both faculty and students through her passion for learning and academic excellence. We warm welcome you, ma'am. Thanks for being with us today. I hand over the session to you, ma'am.
Che- Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for a wonderful introduction, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, one and all present here. It's given me immense pleasure to address you all. May I know the participant, actually 10 or 9 is here. Uh, all are students, ma'am, predominantly, UG or PG, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am? Ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Actually, what is that students classification, ma'am? They are all students or PG, UG like that? Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. 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 Thank you. Okay. Good evening to all participants here. Uh, it's a good initiative from idea organization, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to address you all youngsters, for guiding. Maybe this section may give you some insight on maybe some guidelines for equipping yourself for future job opportunities, or prospecting, or upskilling yourself or reskilling yourself towards job opportunity and grab that opportunity when you complete your education. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible, ma'am? Can anyone, you can, participants can give me answer. Is it visible? Can you see my PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this today we are going to discuss on unlocking future career opportunities in digital and emerging technologies. Okay, so technologies, you all know it is not going to be stable like that, right? So technology will change based on the need and based of our scientific innovation research. So every hours it will be getting changed, right? You have to equip yourself in order to find the opportunity to be enrolled in the career. You have to be equipped with all the new technology that emerged then and there, right? So we in this section, my plan is to find out what are the emerging technologies. Maybe another 5 years, maybe 2040, 50, they tell the entire scenario will change. Whatever we say, AI or whatever, that is going to completely change by another 5 to 6 years, they say, right? What we still today we believe AI, but after 5 years there won't be any AI like that. So maybe my structure, my presentation structure, for another 5 years, maybe until 2030, what will be the opportunity to get job, my presentation today. So why this technology emerges every then and there, why it get adopted or get changed or get updated everything? Because of revolutions, industry revolution. I believe most of you may know about industrial revolution. We are in fifth generation now. We are about started with the industrial revolution of fifth version. Previous versions, you all know, right? Maybe in the first generation we had predominantly mechanism where we were doing manually. So the industrial revolution, when it started, when we want to do our productions by using tools and technique, right? So water is a big problem. So most of the manufacturing setups were near to the river in order to utilize the water, because we couldn't carry that water to the place where we manufacture. So steam powers, where we railways were invented. So that is a period where we went for a first revolution, where we identified tools, steam powers, water reservoirs, and utilizing them for production, big manufacturing plant. So textile industries, or these are the starting industry for us. In industry 2.0, where we have concentrated on mass production, we had electrical power inventions, and we went for assembly line productions, where we had some assembly line where productions was scheduled in assembly line. So that was the biggest revolution that happened in 2.0. And industry 3.0, we have a computer automated production, and we have electronics. That is a place where we had a computer intervention, where we had invented computer. So computer helped the people. Until then, previously each and everything was done by a labors, right? Yeah, all level labels were doing all the job. So that is a way where we went for automation by using a small level of computers and all. So production happened by using computers and the electronic products. Those invention was the biggest in 2000. And then we marched from 2010, we had the 4.0, where we had a cyber physical system, what we have today. We have IoT invention happened during this industry 4.0. We had networking, machine learning. This all generated during this industry 4.0. And most now we go ahead towards, we just started. People say in 2020 onwards, we are marching towards industrial 4.50, where we go for more collaboration of human and maybe a robot or AI, where the machine and the human going to integrate yourself. So go for a better productions, better industrial production cost, reducing cost, or going for a without defective, go for very very 100 percentage perfect production systems. And we are going for customization, we are going to automation so much of process of industry. So those things are started, that what we are going about to industry 5.0. So this industry revolution that make us to go ahead with the understanding or equipping yourself for a the emerging technologies. Okay. And what the other reason is, most of this job which we were previously were doing, let us take MBA manager's job. Previously we used to say there is a arts or skills job, right? But nowadays it's no more art. It is, people say, if you don't know statistics, if you don't know analytical skill set, you can be even a HR manager. We thought that is going to be only creative job, style or management, less dealership. It's all depends upon the styles and all. But now it's no more a creative job. It is a skill based, or we can say analytical based. Even HR analytics are coming out now. So we need little bit of analytical skill set even to lead a HR job. So most of the jobs, 60% of jobs, it's need the digital skill set. If you are not technically savvy or technically we have literacy, we cannot complete the job. So we need even a doctor, if he is not equipping himself, which is something very emotional or very job. Now it is without robotic surgeries or understanding the mechanical devices for diagnosis, the digital or technical skills, if they don't have, they cannot even do a good diagnosis, or they cannot go for a good treatment process and all. So 60% of job which was previously, which doesn't need any digital skill set or technical skill set, now they need a technical skill set. So that is other need why we have to update ourselves with the technologies. And automation, entire industry is going for automation. We don't want to repeat doing job repetitively, right? Call centers, let us take jobs like answering calls or ticket bookings or reservations. So there we need some automation process, where instead of the labor or human being, some robots or AI devices can do the job, which is repetitive in nature, attending a calls or giving solutions or taking decisions or purchase order. So those things are becoming automation. So because of industry is becoming automation, we have to get new technologies also coming out for better automation of industrial process. And traditional jobs like doctors to farmers, everyone use data and data technology. Without data, we cannot do anything now, right? We have voluminous of data nowadays. We have data. So the data which is not analyzed, which is not interpreted, then it is not going to be useful, right? People say every day we have some billions data generated. If that data are not analyzed, if it is not understood or interpreted, and we cannot utilize the data in future. So this was the reason why we have to go for understanding these emerging technologies. So as of I'm telling this technologies for another 5 years like that, right? So these are the another 5 years which have a compound annual growth of more than minimum of 12%, maximum of 60% also is there. So these are all the technologies which is going to be giving lot of job for future generations. Okay, so first foremost, you all know AI. The entire world is ruled with AI. AI is not a new concept as such. AI is there from before decades, right? It is there, but the acceptance or how we are able to apply or accommodate in our lifestyle, it is coming out now. It is not just ChatGPT or a Croc or just now came, which is becoming AI and all. It's not like that. It is there already previously, but how it is becoming friendly for, it is becoming people handling for each and every one. We use for our regular basis, right? There it gives a lot of job opportunities now. So artificial intelligence is one of the most of the people rate that is a top industry which has a more than 40-50% compound annual growth every year, and 1.8 trillion market potential for another. I'm saying until 2030 it has 1.8 trillion market potential is there in artificial intelligence. And next important is machine learning. Machine learning, you all know, right? It is just learning, making a machine to learn to take decisions, or machine to machine to understand unpatterned data, or what we say, we have unstructured data. So that machine will learn to understand, interpret, and take decisions. We are making machine to learn, right? So we replace, yeah, artificial intelligence replace a human being. Instead of human being, we make artificial intelligence to do a job. Machine learning is where we make even mission to take decisions on behalf of what a man or human can take decision during that situation. That machine will take by understanding the complex or understanding the structure, understanding the relationship between the data, between the patterns, analyzing the pattern, analyze the neural network, and it will take decisions, right? So machine learning is the other very important domain, which is also have a growth of nearly 65 percentage growth in here, annual growth, and we have some 400 or 600 billion market potential is there for machine learning. And next technology is data science. Data science, you all know, as I previously I told you, data is ruling the world today. Everywhere we have data. Billions and billions of data are stored every day, right? Maybe for retails, or maybe for maybe entertainment, or maybe for your customer uh, behaviors, or maybe sales patterns, or whatever. We have n number of data, market potentials or industry trend. We have data, lot of data are there. How these data are utilized? We have lot of data centers are growing, because storing this data is mandatory. People have warehouses, data centers, so they store data for future, for interpreting in for future businesses. So understand the people behavior, and then give up for a future business, utilize them, or find the potential customers for a future businesses. So we need to store data, right? People are spending voluminous amount in building structures for data. So data science is also growing, which involve in analyzing the data, or interpreting data, and taking decisions based on the data. So that industry is also growing, where you have 470 billion market potential is there, and it is also growing in about 20 percentage in the uh, in from 2030. And next important thing is cyber security. The cyber security, as you all know, you might have faced a lot of challenges, maybe a theft, or data stealing, or maybe uh, s- a crash, or software crash, or that is give a big a problem for any industry, right? For business houses, organizations, or even for independent people, just like a banks, or organization data, where cyber security is it's a very big issues, and commonly every organization nowadays they face, right? When we have a cloud and all, we have this cyber security issues is there. Especially finance, tech, or banking sector, they face a lot of cyber security. Now, as of today, we cyber security sense, we are just reacting something. If it happens, if any cyber attack happen, we react, we try to retrieve data, we try to recover ourselves. But in future, it cannot be just like reaction, it shall be proactive, right? You have to prevent such a cyber attack. You should try to prevent the cyber attack and all. So that is where we have lot of investment is necessary, lot of job opportunities there in cyber securities industries. And cloud computing is other one. As I told, datas, we need a place where you have to store the datas. So cloud computing, you all know, you might be using cloud, Google Cloud or Google One, where you put your data or photographs, or your files, and you just for a certain extent it's free, right? And for industry, maybe we have a private data cloud system, where they store your data and all of that. So cloud can be in a private mechanism, or free of for a personal usage, or it may be for a maybe both hybrid model. We have a, you can use for free, and certain extent it can be a chargeable like that. So yeah, Amazon services, or Google, those are providing a good cloud computing system. That industry is also growing, because we have to store that data what we have. And next important is IoT. IoT is enter everything, right? We can say from your smart, what you're having a smartwatch, maybe a smart security system, or maybe even a water tank nowadays comes with a smart sensors. So it is just a sensor, right? We attach with any device which you use in a household. That sensor will give you data. That data will help you for taking decisions. So that data are recorded, and decisions when there is alert, or it will give sense, or other things like that. So IoT is ruling the world, and people say 60 percentage of devices, or maybe in operating systems, manufacturing systems, will be enabled with the IoT things like that, where you have to attach with the AI, and then we have to we'll be taking decision, which will enable the device to work very smartly. And next is blockchain. Blockchain, the predominantly people know blockchain is a Bitcoin, right? So blockchain is not only for finance company or transaction protections and all that. This also, it's very good for supply chain management, where that every transactions, whatever transaction happen in industry, it is as a block. It is recorded as a block, and it is secured. So, for a simple example, we can say just like transactions. You can also view a transaction in your bank from our account, and bankers also can view our transaction, right? So no one can change my transaction. That security is matter. Since blockchain technology will help you to make that the transaction is secure, it is sealed, and no one can change the transaction. So blockchain, that implications everywhere, maybe in operating production systems, maybe in supply chain system, maybe in financial transactions. Even people say blockchain has impact on voting machines, right? We always doubt. நாங்க போட்ட ஓட்டெல்லாம் வேற சின்னத்துக்கு போயிருச்சுனால் we'll say, right? That machine, whatever button we click, it will go to the some other ruling party symbol. But blockchain technology will make you sure that the transaction, whatever you have selected, that is, you can verify whether the same thing has been reported, or it is submitted like that. So that level of security for a transactions can happen with this technologies. It's happening there. So this blockchain is also has to grow more in other industries. So blockchain chain also will have a lot of market potentials, especially it has a 150 billion to 350 billion dollars market potential for until 2030, right? So there also you have ample opportunity for your job career. And robotics is the next emerging technologies. We have small devices, robots, right? Now robot, we had only in a physical chatbot, maybe chatbots like that. Now physical robots will come out. Just like that, it's not just only a application system where you use people for a job. The robotics will come out as a physical robots, and it will replace a human labor, right? Maybe using in a manufacturing sector, where nowadays you use robots for labor for doing jobs, warehouses where it can lift heavy items,